Hey y'all, welcome back to the Smoky Patio. Today we're going to be smoking a pork butt. We're going to be smoking a pork butt. We're going to use hickory wood. We're going to use Weber Smokey Mountain, and we're smoking it at 250 degrees. It's going to be good. We're going to make pulled pork out of this. May do some Cajun seasonings too, but look at the next picture here and you'll see where this cut of meat comes from. Okay folks, right there over the front shoulder where it says shoulder or Boston butt, that's where we're going to be getting this chunk of meat from. We're actually cooking a Boston butt today. Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Paul, and today we're going to be doing a pork butt. I got a prime pork butt here, Boston butt, and we are going to smoke it probably 250 with some hickory wood. It's going to be a long smoke. Tonight it's Friday, so we're going to get this thing unwrapped, get it ready to get some rub put on it so we can put it in the refrigerator, and then we'll come back in the morning, probably about 6 a.m. to throw this thing on the smoker. So we'll come back to you just in a second here once we're ready to rub this thing down. Alright y'all, welcome back. We are now ready to rub this pork butt down and kind of wipe it off. It's got a little bit of a fat cap here, not a whole bunch. This is a prime pork butt, and if you can just see through here, man, this has got all kinds of really great marbling in the meat and that money muscle there. This is going to be a good cut of meat. So what we're going to do is I'm going to rub a little bit of Worcestershire sauce on there, just a little something to allow the rub to stick to it a little bit better. Doesn't need a lot. Just give it a little bit right down the sides. Just gives a little bit of something for the rub to stick to. So this is my homemade pork rub, just a basic pork rub, not a lot of ingredients to it. But we're going to rub that down real good, just make sure we get it all nice and coated. This is not going to be spicy or anything like that. This rub isn't. Just a real good basic pork rub. Give it a nice good coating all the way around. This is going to be good. We're going to have pulled pork sandwiches tomorrow night. Again, like I said, this is Friday, so we're going to get this all rubbed down and pull it out in the morning. Let it sit out for probably 45 minutes or an hour. Big chunk of meat. It's going to be in the refrigerator overnight. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, season the other side, and then I'm going to wrap it up in some plastic wrap, stick it in the refrigerator, and just let it sit there all night. Alright, we went ahead and let that other side sit for about 10 minutes. Now we're going to come back, put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce on this side here. Rub that in also. We already did the other side and the sides, so just finish rubbing it off. Get all that rub on there. Once you get you a nice good coating. Okay, so we're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. We're going to wrap it up in some plastic wrap. Like I said, stick it in the refrigerator overnight, and we'll come back to you in the morning once we get it out of the refrigerator and we're ready to fire up the smoker. Hey y'all, welcome back. It's Saturday morning and we got the pork butt out of the refrigerator. We just fired up the charcoal, so once that gets up to temp, we'll dump it in the Weber Smokey Mountain, and once that gets up to temperature, we're going about 250. We'll come back to you and throw this pork butt on. So it's looking really good. If you look at it, you don't have to do what I did. You don't have to put the rub on it, wrap it up, put it in the refrigerator overnight. I just did this time. Sometimes I'll rub it down an hour before I put it on the cooker, but I like to do it overnight. I think that personally, my experience is that the seasoning from the rub soak into the meat a little bit better. So we'll come back to you as soon as Weber Smokey Mountain's up temp. We're ready to put this thing on. See you then. Alright y'all, we're back. As you can see, our coals are up to temp. So We're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did last week, doing the minion method. We got a stack of coals, created a hole in the middle. We're going to dump the hot coals right in the middle, and over the entire time of this cook, that heat will just spread out to the other coals. They'll catch on fire, and it'll prolong the time of the cook without me having to come back and add more coals. So we're just going to dump that right in the middle. So we've got about 4 decent size hickory chunks. We're going to go ahead and put those around there. I do like to put them close to the vents for the most part. Got to put them on there, and we'll go ahead and put this thing together and let it come up temp. Okay, y'all. The grill is up to temperature, so we're going to go ahead and put this pork butt on here. We're just going to use the top rack today. I do have water in my water pan. Set it right on there. Plug my temperature probe in. Just keep an eye on the temperature. Don't really need it right now, but I don't want to do it later when it's really hot. Speaking of hot, it's going to be hot here today. I think they're calling for 104 degrees. Pool's going to feel real good about that time. Going to stick that probe right down about to the middle of the meat. I can get a good accurate temperature reading on it. So it's on there now. We're going to cover it up. We probably won't come back and look at this thing for 2-3 hours. So when we do come back, I'll bring it back with me. Okay, y'all. Still holding right at 250. I was on that new gauge I got. What we're looking like so far. We're a good 2 hours in. You look at it, you can see it's got some starting to get some really good color. Bring you in a little closer there. Apologize for the lighting. It's real bright outside, but under the canopy here, because it's supposed to be like 105 today. So that's what it's looking like. We'll bring you back once we get ready to spritz it. Maybe another hour or two. Looking good though. Alright, y'all, we're back. We're 4 hours into this cook. You take a look at the pork butt. It's really getting a real nice bark on it. Currently, we're right at about 156 degrees, so it's still going up. Haven't hit the stall yet, but if it gets to where it stalls for too long, maybe an hour or so, I might wrap it with some butcher paper or something like that. But as of right now, things are moving along pretty good. So we'll bring you back here another hour or so. We'll start spritzing it with some apple cider vinegar. And I think I'm going to mix apple cider vinegar and some pineapple juice today. So we'll bring you back at that time. Hey y'all, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and spritz this down. It's been cooking now about 5 hours. So we're going to go ahead and spritz it down with some apple cider and pineapple juice. That's what I got today. Looking pretty good though. Really bark on that. Just give it a nice squirt all the way around. We're just going to do that probably now about once an hour for the next couple hours. Then I might do it every 30 minutes just to help keep it a little juice, keep the surface of it moist, and really makes it taste good. So we'll come back next time we do it. Alright, hey y'all, welcome back. We just went ahead and pulled off this pork butt off the smoker. It's done. So right now I'm sitting at 202, and I mean it's just wanting to fall apart. I pulled this bone out. So we're going to go ahead and cover this now. I'm going to set it over here on the side for probably an hour, let it rest, and then we'll bring you back when we cut it up, and let's see what it looks like inside. Okay? Be back in a bit. Okay y'all, we're back. I've been letting this pork butt rest for about an hour now. So we're going to go ahead and take this thing out of the bowl and bring it over here to cutting board. And I can already tell it's really tender. Once you get it to this point, just go ahead and grab that bone and pull it out of there. Just see how all that meat falls right off that bone. And there's several different parts of this thing. Some people will break it apart into different sections of muscle. But basically all we're going to do is take some of this meat. You can get some forks. You can use your fingers. They got all kinds of fancy gadgets you can use, but you're basically just going to pull this meat apart. Forks works pretty easy to get it going. You can just take some of this meat, just see how, look at all the, hope you can see that, look at all that juice that's still in that meat. Just really juicy, really tender, just falling apart. This is going to make for some great pulled pork sandwiches. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the rest of this, and then I'll bring you back when I make myself a sandwich, and we'll see what it tastes like. Alright, y'all, we're back. So I've got this this pulled pork. I've got the pork butt all pulled, and as you can kind of see here, if you take a little look at it, just pull it apart into shreds, basically. You take a bunch of that, just pile it on a sandwich, which I'm going to do here. You can put your own favorite sauces, whatever you would like to, on there. And I'm going to put some sauce on the second one that I have. But right now we're going to just try that one. That's going to look pretty good. It smells great, so we'll give that a try. All we've done with this is smoke it, and it's got the rub on it. It's got the smoke from the hickory wood, and then I spritzed it off and on throughout the day with some apple cider vinegar and some pineapple juice. So that's good. Taste that smoky flavor. That's really good. Alright folks, I'll let you go. If you like what you've seen, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. Tell your friends and family. And tune in next time on what we're going to be doing. Thank you. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you next time.